It's all about the ventures. My sister brought home the little 45 in 1960, walked home running, and it was it. That was the end of it. And then I went to my cousin's house in Kirkville, and she had a whole bunch of Ventures albums. What's with this? It must be cool, because she had a cool Austin Healey, so she was cool. Another Ventures song.
This is called Instant Guitar.
We're doing a lot of deep tracks tonight, so you probably never heard a lot of these songs tonight. 1, 2, 3, go. Thank you very much.
The good news is that if you don't like these songs, they're all about 2 minutes long. And actually, even if you do like their songs, they're 2 minutes long. Let me break the string.
Yes. That was instant guitars followed by driving guitars. So you guys can never think of any more songs that have the name guitars in the title. Write them on the back of a $100 bill and we'll play them.
It would be Bésame Mucho. Ventures' first album. It's called The Shuck, and I don't know if it's about corn or what, but I made Bob do this song because it's one of my very favorites.
It's pretty corny.
It's corny, yeah.
That's why it's called Shuck.
Ah, yeah.
Wait. Did you skip? Oh, did I skip one?
Venus.
Oh, Venus. You skipped
we skipped Venus.
His fault. He was going to do it.
My fault. I got excited.
This was so the Ventures were very famous for covering like everybody's songs. Everybody thinks the Ventures were like the artists of Telstar. They made a million bucks. Wrong. Ventures Pipeline. Wrong. But they also covered a lot of pop songs in the day. And there was a song that my lovely sister brought home on 45 one day by Frankie Avalon. It was called Venus. Venus, if you will, right? And the Ventures covered it. And Dave and I always loved it. And so we're playing it.
Yeah. I like the Frankie Avalon version too.
I do too.
Oh, right. Forgive me.
studio fade.
Now the shot.
Back to my. Thank you very much. A little bit about the Ventures. Not only were they did instrumentals, but there were 4 guys in this band that were just amazing musicians. And they don't get anywhere near the credit they should for being the musicians they were. Not only was Boz playing either Bob Bogle's part or Noki Edwards' part, and they were just phenomenal musicians. Eddie is playing Mel Taylor's part. Mel Taylor was a studio musician. He was an incredible musician, and I have to give kudos to Eddie for nailing these parts. Now, Mike Kallet is a keyboard player, but he's playing bass tonight because he loved the Ventures too. He's doing either the Bob Bogle or the Noki Edwards bass parts. I have to give credit to Don Wilson, who was the rhythm guitar player, for teaching me how to play rhythm guitar. I love what he did. You know that. I mean, maybe you noticed it. He was great. They were all great musicians, and they've all passed. Now there's a Ventures band that tours the world and all that, and they're very, very good. But those guys, the original guys, were it. Right now we're going to do a song that they did an amazing job on. It's called Slaughter on 10th Avenue.
that guitar there is specifically a Ventures guitar made by their own company, and underneath the case is signed by Don Wilson. The Ventures, wonderful people, and thank you, Byron Teachin, for bringing that guitar tonight to put on display.
I think I'm totally in control of this whole problem. Keep talking.
Also, you may notice, over to the right, your left, my right, there's a signed poster from the 2005 Ventures tour. We got to meet the Ventures and get some autographs, and just like I said earlier, a wonderful bunch of people. There's a great band, wonderful.
I got to go on the Ventures cruise 20 years ago with Byron, and fortunately it was the 3 original members plus Mel Taylor's son, Leon, who's the drummer, and he's actually in the Ventures now. And it was really fun to go on a cruise with a band, and they also had low straitjackets, which I think some of you guys know was really a cool band. And we had a lot of fun on the cruise, and I get to meet all the Ventures and talk to them, and it was just a lot of fun.
But where did you go?
We went to Baja. Cruise, they left from San Pedro in LA. And,
Just wondered. If I went on a cruise, I wouldn't know where I was going.
Yep. Now we're gonna have Dave. Okay, so if you talk to if you listen to like Mark Knopfler or I don't know any other kind of famous Jimmy Page, they will all tell you that Hank Marvin was the guy who was their influence. And that was sort of like the English equivalent of the Ventures. I'm sure George Harrison would say Hank Marvin too, for sure.
Absolutely, all of them.
He had a red Stratocaster. He had the first Stratocaster in England, the first one that was even imported. And they were formerly the backup band for sort of the British Elvis, who was Cliff Richard. And they were Cliff Richard and the Shadows. And then the Shadows went off and became an instrumental band.
Well, they didn't. They were still with Cliff when they recorded this. And it went to #1 above his, and he went, what? What's going on? Anyhow, you'll all know this song, and this is written by Jerry Lord. legends in England, and only a few in the United States. Most people don't know them. I was an avid Shadows fan, and the next song, what is the next song? Next song was probably my...
How did that happen? How did you become a Shadows fan?
I can tell you. Remember Walt's Record Shop? Walt's Record Shop, right next to what was Lois Theater. There's a guy in there named Gary Podsizik. And I'd walk in, I was 13 maybe, I don't know, I probably drove. Walked in and Gary would always say, "You gotta hear this." And he'd hand me a 45, and I'd say, "Okay," whatever he gave me. He gave me Apache, he gave me Wonderful Land, he gave me the 2,000-pound beat. He kept handing me...
That's a venture song, 2,000 pounds.
It was great, so we aren't gonna do it.
Early fuzz tone stuff.
Early fuzz. Anyhow, this is a song that actually is on my CD, as was Apache. I've got CDs back there if you have any interest at all. Special price tonight, $150 each, and only need to sell 2.
For every one that you take, he pays you $5.
There you go. And actually, I'm going to steal John Cadley's line. They're actually $5 each, and it's an honor system. Just put the money in. If you can't afford it, just take it. If you don't want it, that's okay. But if you take it and you don't like it, send it back, and I will send you a CD that I don't like. Thank you, John. This is called Wonderful Land. 1, 2, 3, 4. This next one, we're doing a little shadow set here in the middle. That's because Bob's playing the acoustic guitar on this.
Ventures there aren't, not until hardly way later on did they ever use like an acoustic guitar in their band. They were too cool to have. Well, Fender wasn't making acoustic guitars yet, so they couldn't play one.
That's right.
But so the Shadows used the flat top acoustic guitar for their rhythm guitar.
They did that for their recordings, but on stage they had matching red guitars,
Right.
Fenders. Anyhow, this next song is for all of you young lovers out there. All of you young lovers out there. I'm concerned. I hope I remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. time. 2 more shadows.
So next year when we come back and do this, we're gonna play all Dwayne Eddy songs.
You laugh.
They laugh. Let's see, there's probably another famous instrumentalist we could do.
Link Ray.
Link Ray, yeah.
Henry Mancini.
Ferrante and Teicher.
There you go. Now you're talking. You look like one of those guys.
I know.
Picasso.
This is called Dance On.
1, 2.
in Italy in like 1962 with some like bikini girls on the beach. Or
Yes,
something.
Bob,
Not
that's,
like
that's
Annette,
exactly what it
not
is.
like Annette and Frank, but
No,
like
that would be
Italian, you know.
Well, you would know about that.
Well, they were
And you
Italian.
would-
She was
Well,
Italian.
half of you.
He's an act.
This is a song about, well, I don't know what it's about.
Lost City.
Anymore.
The lost
It's a
city
lost
of
city.
Atlantis.
Yes.
It's called Atlantis, that's why it's... By the way, maybe you've noticed that echo. Hank Marvin, that was his signature. Everything he did had that echo.
When he went to the bank, he needed that to do that.
And the echo machine that he used was made in Italy.
They found it in the ruins of Atlantis.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Thank you very much. Now I can stop sweating.
We're surfing now, baby.
Right now,
We are surfing. So everybody
right now
thinks
we're
the
going
Ventures,
back to,
everybody thinks the Ventures were a surf band. Well, actually, the surf bands learned from the Ventures. They were like the roots of surf. But of course, they had to play surf because then they made more money. And so they played all the good surf songs. And this next song is kind of from outer space, but
This
it's
is
still
a-
very surf
this
oriented.
was on their
The Fabulous
Ventures in Space.
No, this was on the Fabulous.
What's it, Byron?
Yeah, Fabulous Ventures.
Fabulous Ventures.
As I say, this was on the Ventures in Space. The
So,
Here we go. Thank you very much. Good start.
Now we're going to do a song that you all know. Probably.
You're playing lead.
I am?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember?
I remember, sort of. It's done by the Surfarians.
It's done by the Chantays.
As I've said, the Chantays.
On their In Space album.
Go.
We just had to rehearse for a minute there. There's a remake of an old TV show that the Ventures did the theme song for. You'll recognize. It's not on your list, by the way. No, it's not on their list.
Oh, it's not on your list. It's on my list.
If you looked at the list.
Thank you.